Hello everyone, this is Patricia. I'm back again. I know it's been a while, but I'm taking advantage of my son's taking a nap. Hopefully he stays asleep till I finish. Anyways, I just wanted to share real quick these three little pocket tags that I made for a swap over at Junk Journal Junkies. I posted pictures up there, and a couple of ladies, really sweet ladies, asked me how did I create them and if I could make a tutorial. So I went ahead. I want to go ahead and do this little quick video to show you guys my pockets that I created, as well as how to do them. They're very simple. So these are it, but I'll put these to a side and I'll start with this one. This one's made out of cardstock. Hopefully I'm in frame. This one's made out of cardstock, and I created three little tags that go in here, and I just used my envelope board from making memory. You know what? My envelope board, cutting board. And then I put a tag on the inside. I used one of those bingo cards. Found a bunch of them at the thrift shop, by the way. I'm gonna give some to my pen pals. Share with them. But anyway, this is the pocket. It's made out of cardstock, like I said, and all it is on this one is, put these back in here. All it is, and I already made me little cheat sheets here already, so I don't make a huge long video. All I did is I grabbed one of these cardstocks. What is it? I think it's the 8.5 by 11. And all I did is on the 11-inch side, I put it on my scoreboard. Pulling this baby up right here. I put it on the 11-inch side, and I just scored down ½ an inch. Lemon frame, ½ an inch, 5.5 inch, and I cut this last piece down to 10.5. Only because it was a particular size that I wanted, but you know, you guys can make it bigger or smaller. You can do the whole page. But I'm just going from this sample that I did. But anyways, then you change your cardstock around and you score. Oh, I guess I had it this way. You score at the 6-inch. At the 6-inch margin there, and then you get rid of this scoreboard. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this piece off, and then we're gonna cut this piece off. But we're going to save this one because this is going to help us do our little hinges for our pockets. So once we have it cut all in pieces, we should have something like this. Now, once we do this, we're gonna enforce our little score lines here. On the small one, that one goes to the front. This tab goes to the back. But I like to go ahead and do that. Cut the little edge there. I don't know what that would be called, but it just helps. To me, it's better for the pocket. It kind of hides it because you don't see it. So basically, after you have this piece here, which is a 10.5 by 6, or if you're measuring it with the little piece here, it's 8.5. This piece is going to just flap up, and this little hinge here, which I just realized that I cut this little corner here. Basically, this is our pocket. We just fold this in. This little piece that's here is going to go in. And that's where we're going to use our little piece here that we had left on this sheet that I was telling you. I went ahead and cut my two little hinges already. I cut one, it's 4 3/4 by 1 inch, and just scored it in the middle. And then I cut another little piece with the other remaining piece, and this one is 2 3/8 by 1 inch. And then just scored it right in the middle. Now this little hinge is the one that you're going to attach here. You're just going to glue it down there, tape, glue it. I prefer wet glue. And it just pops in there, and that creates your little pocket here. So then after we do this little flap over here is going to turn to the back. This little flap here goes inside. But before we seal it, that's when we use this other little hinge, and we're going to glue it in the bottom. So then you have it like that, and this closes. So that gives you your pocket on the top and your little pocket on the top and your little pocket on the side, on the front. You can use a I use my envelope punch board. Thank you. To do my little pocket here. As you can see here, you can just use a circle punch and just circle. It's really entirely up to you, or you can leave it like that. But that's how I did this little baby here. So then, let's get this out of the way. My next one that I'm going to do is a paper bag one. I was in the mood to just do a little bit of play with a little bit of everything, just see what I came up with. So I grabbed a paper bag to do this one. This one has a pocket here, and I put all these little bits and pieces in here. But then you also have this pocket in here to hold this tag. And if you open it, you still have another little pocket here on the side for all these tags. You got a pocket here at the end, and it's supposed to be for a junk journal, so I didn't put anything in the back because you would glue it down. But you could also actually, you know, I was looking at it the other day when I made it, and I was thinking you could even make pages and make a mini album out of this. Anyways, I created it for a pocket, for a junk journal, to be inserted in there. So I'll show you how I made this real quick. So put that aside. I just went ahead and grabbed me your regular old lunch bags, paper bags, whatever you want to call them. And you can do it any size of bag you want, depending on the size of the pocket that you want. This one, I'm not sure what size it is. It's a 10 3/4 by 5, a little over 5. So what I went ahead and did, I basically just cut this piece off only because I don't like this little cut out that it has there. So I cut that off. But before I did that, what I did is the flap here at the end, I just folded it back. Because this is just going to create one pocket here and one pocket there. So you fold it and grab your bone folder and you varnish it really good. But you don't glue it yet until you put your nice little pretty paper in there. So then after I did that, I grabbed my scoreboard and I measured it. Actually, I measured it this way, I think. Anyways, I cut it to, actually I just cut it on the sample that I did. I didn't really measure it, but when I measured it after being completed, it measured 8 3/4. So I just pretty much wanted this thing out, but you can do it however you want. I'm going by the measurements that I had already up from my sample, so it's 8 3/4. So once you take this little baby off, you're going to come and get your scoreboard, and you're going to measure it to the 5-inch mark. That's going to create your little pocket. So then after this little pieces come out, you should have something like this. You got both flaps, and there it is, and it measures 8 3/4 by, and you score at 5. So then, before I decorated my baggie, I went ahead and opened these edges here. Actually, I already did it on this one. Okay, I went ahead and opened these edges here and glued them down because I don't like these things just flapping there. I do that to all my mini albums or whatever I use paper bags. I don't like this little flap here. So I just glued them all the way down on both sides. All the way to the end. So once that's glued down, then we go back to folding our paper bag like that. Put it this way. Now, I also went ahead and opened it. And if you notice on my sample, I mean, if you open it all the way, your tag here might slide all the way over here. So it's up to you if you want to go ahead and glue it here. And the bag's big enough, you could see through your score line and put a little piece of tape there, a little bit of wet glue, which I prefer wet glue because the little double-sided tape, you know, might get stuck to your tag. So I went ahead and put a little bit of wet glue on the other one. And also, I don't like, once these are glued, you could still see this little baby here. I don't like that either. So what I do is I go ahead too and go all the way up to the edge at the bottom and put glue. Well, as far as I can go. And so this ends up being glued like that. As you can see on my original, see, I don't like that little piece hanging there, so I have to go in there and glue it out. I don't know, I got issues. But if you guys don't mind it, that's okay. I don't like it. So once that's done, then you've got your page. You can go ahead and decorate your page. Actually, no. Before you decorate your page, this piece I ended up turning it into a pocket. Because I mean, you have a pocket here, but I'm like, okay, that'll be good to make a pocket. So I went ahead and put my bag in there, opened this flap up, actually both of these flaps up, folded them this way. I hope I'm in frame. And I went ahead and from this score line all the way up to this score line, trimmed just a little edge enough to open it. And I went ahead and did it on this one already. So see, you can use a X-Acto knife too as well. So you just put it down. I don't know if you can see from here, but you see it's a little sliver there, just enough to open the pocket. So once you do that, then you go ahead and put your pretty paper. You will have a piece of the flap here showing. So what you're going to do is grab some glue and glue it to the side so it don't be, you know, it doesn't get caught up in your tag, but there's your pocket there. So then you fold these back, put your nice pretty paper, then you just put your wet glue on the side, and that creates your pocket. So it's very simple. That's how I created this one. So then that leaves me with the envelope one. Now this one, I just went ahead and used 2 envelopes. It was already, it was a decorative envelope. So I just glued it, but not all the way because I wanted to tuck. Be able to put my little tags there. But I ended up putting 2 envelopes together. So I have a pocket here, and I have a pocket here. I also put this little piece here, which gave me space to put more little tags in here. I'll show you how I did that. And I didn't put anything in the back because the purpose of this one is to glue down on your junk journal. But you can use it however, you know, you prefer. And these little envelopes, they're small. Well, I'll show you how I did. I ended up using these little babies, which I think I already, yeah, I did. These, by the way, I had ink in my hand. I didn't know I dirtied that one. But I just got, you can do this with any size of envelope you want, depending on the size of the pocket that you want. I didn't want it too big, so I got 2 small envelopes. I don't remember, I should have measured them before I cut. But this one's 4 1/4. I think it's 4 1/4 by 6 if I'm not mistaken. I think, but like I said, you can use any envelope you want. And what you do with these is you grab 2 envelopes, and what you're going to do, one of them you're going to seal shut, the flap, only one of them. So once that's done, which this is the one I sealed, you go ahead and you put these in your trimmer, and you're going to trim just a little piece to open the end of them on both of them. So this one, you're going to have it like this. Okay, you just want to open the ends. I cut mine, so it ended up measuring 4 1/4 from here by, what is it? 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. Okay, so then after you do that, you just grab your sealed envelope and flip it backwards like that. You want the, I mean, it shouldn't matter, but to me, I just put it at the outside. You want to make sure this is on the top area. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab this envelope and you're going to put these together. Now, if you don't want this tucked, you can go ahead and glue it all the way, and then put your nice decorative paper. Maybe make a little pocket on the front or something. That's entirely up to you. I wanted the tuck, especially because I wanted to show this this little border here. So I went ahead, measured it, cut myself a little piece of used my paper, which by the way, this is a Teresa Collins, I think, collection. So I went ahead and cut this by hand just to bring it up more, and left it white at the end. So I went ahead and just opened it, and about a 1/4 inch I put glue on there, and then I grabbed my envelope, measured it, measured it very good with the other one. Just glued it here, so that will end up giving you a pocket, a tuck. So then here, once these are glued, you just open them. All you gotta do is use your circle punch, or your envelope. Man, I never remember that. Your envelope punch board. There you go. Whatever you prefer to use to open these, or you can leave them like that and just insert your little tags. Just remember, on this one, you know how you have this open. Make sure that when you use your nice decorative paper, you're just going to put glue on the side at the end, and then just go around this. You don't want to glue it all the way, because then your pocket's just going to be up to here. So make sure you remember not to put any glue right here. Just on the edge of your paper. Like I just put glue on the edge of the paper. Well, actually all around the paper. And then on the envelope, I went ahead and just put glue here. So I wouldn't make the mistake. And whatever angle I went in, it's only going to glue this corner. So I'm just letting you know it's happened to me before, and it may happen to you. But other than that, they're very simple. I mean, there's a lot you can do with these envelopes. I was even thinking of putting using one of the cards, which this is one of the cards. Popping it in here, if I can do it. There it is. And putting another flap here. You can do a lot with it, but you know, it was for a junk journal. I decided to make it not too many flaps, but that's an option. And then you just pull it out. You can make a pocket in the center. That's a lot. I'm gonna keep playing with these, by the way. But anyways, that's how I did my my little pocket tags. So if you have any questions, if I skipped something, I apologize, but please leave me a comment, and I'll go ahead and let you know whatever I missed. Like I said, the collections, if you guys want to know, these are the ones. I got these for $1.79, I think it was, at Michael's. This is my Mind's Eye, which was done for this one here, and then these are Teresa Collins. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.